Hey, this is Isaac.
This is Darren. And
We are True Masters and Morons playing Horizon Zero Dawn. We continue the adventures of obtaining knowledge about the Zero Dawn project, and it seems 4, 5 specific people.
Examples of, specific people whose journey we get to follow. Yeah. I'd apologize that it's taking so long for us to get through this thing, except I don't regret it at all.
No, we're getting all the info. I feel no guilt or anything about it.
Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
Ah, there we go.
Show us your secrets. What is that?
Shows required for... Ah, there we go.
Oh.
It's just...
had to turn it off to see.
Yeah. It's just invisible unless it's there, so...
Left,
right. Up, left, down, right.
Left, down,
right.
Right.
Done.
Be-doo.
Should check the door nearby.
Nope, we should check this.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me.
Missing.
Parker out.
Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Apparently storage is up, so...
Apparently.
Probably that locked room that we passed to get down here, if I were to guess. Or climbing up this? Not climbing up this.
All right. I had a similar thought. I'm like, am I supposed to climb this? Is this where I'm supposed to go? No.
Like
Okay.
This looks like climbable. Like maybe it's where I go.
Ah, there is a rope there though, so maybe I get up there. I don't know.
Look behind you from in this room. Like back in that hallway. And then just look up.
I'm gonna go with no.
Guess we opened that door.
This...
Did we open the door behind us?
Okay. Let me check, but my guess is powering all of that is how we open up that door. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You just said up, so I figured the storage room would be back there, even though it looks more, direct and important than that.
Well, it's possible that was just where that ended up, and it's not actually, where she...
That's true. That may
worked.
not actually have anything to do with... You watch her climb the ladders improperly again. It's funny because it's the only place, because otherwise it always looks so precise and beautiful and perfect. Power cable. Tell me more. Oh, doesn't the quest say go right there? Oh. And no.
Not there.
No fuse. Okay.
Right. I had assumed that it would be.
As had I.
Oh. Let me cross this. Oh. It is this.
Oh, okay. So I'm not crazy.
That
is where that was pointing. Okay.
Looks intact.
Oh, it's just an emitter. It's not even a power cell. It's just an emitter.
Oh, so it's just the interface is broken. Doesn't need power. All right.
I'm sorry, but I broke the stone off of that emitter and everything around it to get it back in place. Just saying. Up, left, down,
no.
right.
Remember. Reverse.
What do you mean reverse?
The lady was talking. The guy installed this thing backwards, so everything's in reverse.
Oh, gotcha.
So
gotcha,
it's going to be
gotcha.
down, right, up,
no,
left, down.
No, it's going to be down left because it's going to start from the bottom, but upside down.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah. So
okay, it's gonna be
down, left, up, right. Down, left, up, right. Then
and down?
Is it up or down? Down.
Down.
That did it.
Woo!
Good call.
I was so worried. I was so worried that wasn't gonna work and I was gonna look like a fucking idiot.
No, that's like that genius extra step. That's the difference between the DM puzzle that takes 5 minutes to solve and an hour. Like that one change. That instantly. Hello. Seriously, silence.
Eclipse.
What the fuck?
Right?
Avoid contact. Lines
A
look
void
good.
cunt.
Gaia, it's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Here we go.
They took my gun, those fuckers.
They did. You dropped it. I don't know if you noticed, but you dropped it as soon as the door opened.
I noticed I dropped it, but they locked the door behind me.
Yeah. I'm like, where are they all? They're freaking invisible in here. But yeah, for all of Silence, I work alone. I only work for me. Everyone else sucks. I've spent decades of my life researching this and finding nothing but locked doors. I'm like, look, these freaking nobodies got in here 5 minutes after I opened the door. Not through the door!
Again,
I know I've complained about it before, but I'm sorry if he is half as dedicated as he claims and whines about himself being. He should have gone through the frickin' vents. I don't care if they were closed. If we even just had a conversation that was, yeah, no, the vents were completely inoperable. Like I broke through one, but there were like layers of stuff down there, and like, oh, this probably won't go anywhere. It's not worth my time. I would accept that. But no, this is just, I couldn't get through this door.
all right.
And I guess that's the end of it.
With that explanation, I will let you continue do your rage, because that had been my thought. I'm like, I would assume he probably did something, but he
I'm
hasn't
not willing
been
to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, he has not been forthcoming about it at all, so I'm all right saying maybe he didn't, you know.
He has made it very clear this is his life's work. He's better at it than everybody. He's been doing it longer than anyone. He knows more than anybody. And he doesn't have any patience for people trying to figure out what he already knows. He's like, I don't have time to tell you how all this works. And you don't know how to do a basic fucking excavation and search.
It's also possible that he just assumed the vents were collapsed.
Yeah. Which is why the whole, oh, I broke through the opening and then found it collapsed would have been an acceptable answer for me.
Well, so all these people had the advantage of air just came out of these.
No,
so they're
I know
definitely
why
not
they're
collapsed.
here. I am
That's the last of them.
I am accepting. Oh,
Structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
Oh, H-lock.
H-lock. Yeah. I am
See, and-
accepting the fact that we opened the door and told them there was a place to go. All right? I am not challenging them for being here. I am challenging Captain Works Alone and learned. I'm challenging the tribal man who figured out how to hack sci-fi wireless signals that didn't go through a tunnel because the door was closed.
Yeah.
Clear.
The
For a moment, anyway.
the more you
Gaia.
complain, the more I'm like, you know, he's making some good points.
The more I rage, the more facts the more information I let drop.
Area
Yeah.
inaccessible. Elevators non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
Dang, you have sensors for the stairwells?
I mean, it probably a structural integrity thing.
I guess.
Like, oh, the stairwell is compromised, you know. That would be really impressive is if you could say, you know, how compromised. Like, the stairwells are only 10% compromised versus, no, it's a rubble heap. It's 100% compromised.
Right.
But yeah. It doesn't help that, like, Silent's last parting words when we were quote-unquote face-to-face didn't really endear him to me, but
Yeah.
it's sort of... That's the thing, though, is, like, those comments about the whole, like, this is what I do, and I work alone, and you should never trust anyone else, and so, like, everything he's learned, theoretically, has been 90% figured out on his own.
Right.
Like, how is you...
Hello, I'm Gershon, and this is Hephaestus. As the name
Ooh,
might tip you
tell
off,
me more.
This is going to be
Right.
the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots.
Okay.
Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple.
Because, of course, it's not.
So, like, you probably noticed that only
So,
about a
like-
third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots.
Oh, that makes sense. They have to program them,
The last thing we
teach them
want
how
do it.
to design.
is a guy with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time.
Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots. And not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's
Now that's
already
an
learning.
impressive piece of
In
engineering.
simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
By the way, this
Which part?
oh,
It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Because they
Perhaps it
didn't
loves some
originally.
forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
Ding, 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 ding.
Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
which by the way,
Yeah, but-
this continues to I remember forever ago I said maybe Elizabeth had been like there
Hello?
creating the robots. I wasn't far off.
There was
'Cause
an
I'm-
AI
'cause-
running it.
Yeah, because like you were like, well, what, she doesn't need to be there to do it. I'm like, well, no, someone needs to be there to invent new robots, and so I feel good about myself there.
Yeah. Let's see. I feel like we know that name, Margot.
Maybe we do. I don't know. I mean, I
Uh,
think somebody named Margot Robbie is the actress who plays.
Yeah, well, it wasn't Robbie though, was it? It was
No.
Anyway,
that's just the only one I can
that-
think of.
That note was an engineer, well, Margot, so I assume an engineer, project leader, designer for this, whatever, commenting to Elizabeth her fascination with the fact that Gaia, of its own
I've
accord,
seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
what shape?
I don't know. We will see. But has a predilection for animal machines.
Yeah. Almost as if they're homages to the life that Gaia will be replacing.
Yeah. Oh, this is from Elizabeth to Margot. Also, apparently we missed 2 data points because they're, and I've been finding everything else in order in here, so that kind of worries me.
I mean, if it was somewhere that we missed, it would have been early on.
Save these for the trail.
But yeah, so that notepad was about Elizabeth telling our lovely little holographic lady there, who is apparently Margot, to chill out. She is actually, was put in charge of this for a reason. Case in point, her designs are doing excellent. Keep working on it. And she gave her one extra piece of note, like, all right, we need to get any of the specific weird stuff prepped and ready that they need for the deactivation codes.
Yeah, it
But
was
other than that,
100.
carry on as you're doing.
Yeah, it was 100%. I love what you're doing here. Make sure you communicate with this other team so that they know what needs to go in there.
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't been paying attention to where those dots were, but I don't know that we can go back, even if we,
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
/2/could. If you really want to, we can try. We can go have a look.
It's okay. We'll see if they pop up soon. I can't scan that through glass, apparently.
It's special hollow resistant glass, which I actually
Apparently.
would believe is a thing from this. I 100% believe that's a thing
I
with
think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office.
hello.
But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
And in surprisingly good shape.
Looking.
Yep, it is.
Like
It is focus-proof glass.
Like really sealed off. Like stuff hasn't grown inside of it sealed off.
Right, which is by itself insane.
Yeah.
More eclipse.
Careful now.
Can we scan for eclipse? Because I can see nothing. Ah.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my playpen. You are not allowed. You are not invited.
BRB.
You gonna go look? Oh, for the gun. Is there one with more ammo, or is 60 as high as it goes?
60, I believe, is as high as it goes.
All right, nice full one. We do love it. We love it so much.
This one makes me so slow. Like, this one's slower than the other one.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 3 times as powerful, so it's worth it.
I'm gonna break my back. Look at how I'm carrying this.
Don't
I will use my hips to hold it up.
brace that against your hips if you ever want to. Okay, I'm good.
What was that from?
That was from the super awesome mega cannon that Karsha chick made. The one we like. The Smith.
That's right. That
She
was
runs
from this game. That's right.
Yeah, it was from this game. It's the lady that runs the free heap, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Had a great attitude.
Loved her. She was great. I really want to see her in the next game.
That'd be great.
Her and Oil Drinker are
We know Oil Drinker's
Oil
gotta
Drinker's
be there.
happening, like, no question, but
Come on, you sickness eater! I want to see you in the future.
if for no other reason than you can call him Sickness Eater more
Yes.
to his face.
I can call him sickness eater to his face, and I mean, didn't we think about that? Because didn't he say he was going off to the
He
west? the
straight
Forbidden
up
West?
said, "I'm going off into the Forbidden West." Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like we've got to meet him, right?
Yeah. Like, if we don't, then that was a really...
Welcome to Apollo,
Oh.
the collective memory of the human
What
species
happened
and the
to
wellspring
you?
of knowledge for future generations.
Stamina.
I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran.
Oh, you were doing similar
As a
work.
heritage
Okay.
professional,
Mm-hmm.
I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable.
Uh-huh.
The challenges before us
Yeah.
are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First,
Okay.
the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy.
And that failed?
The collection
Yeah.
and processing
Or we
of
just haven't
approximately
found any of them yet.
180 million discrete data entries.
Oh my
42
gosh.
zettabytes of data in Mandarin,
Zettabytes?
Spanish,
Is that it,
and
though?
Arabic. Third,
42
the transfer
zettabytes.
of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least,
You
the
guys can't see it, but I have a serious
development of the holographic
oh
interface
face.
and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of
Wow,
our
they had
efforts
I
will be
mean, not that any of them
directed.
were simple, but they had a complex
Not
plan.
just the preservation
Yeah.
of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
All right, Taryn, you ready to hear how big a single zettabyte is?
Yeah.
It is 1 billion terabytes.
Okay, I admit that's bigger than I thought.
42 billion terabytes of
I'm not
information.
gonna lie, that still sounds like not enough, but that is much bigger than I thought.
Yeah, just I did look it up. It's like, yeah, it's 1 zettabyte equals 1, and I had to count the zeros because I'm like,
Yeah. One, how much? Yes,
here we go. Cool.
Encapsulated data.
Yeah, they literally used DNA. To
in
hold
some
the information.
So that one was about what the reasons that they went with the DNA storage, why
Versus,
they knocked
like,
out
everything
other
else.
options, and like, no, this won't work. But then also the struggle of finding what they were gonna encode the DNA stuff onto.
Yeah, and how to keep it cold enough.
Yeah, they have to. Apparently, they need to be able to keep it at negative 18 degrees Celsius, which is not warm.
No,
And that could be the reason it failed right there, as far as I'm concerned.
I would. I want to see this in action.
We've got to find Apollo at some point, right? Or whatever's left of it.
I honestly think that unless we find it in this game, I think that the whole point of the Forbidden West is going to be going to find an Apollo cache.
Oh, how cool would that be?
Right?
The whole quest is just to find Apollo to wake it up and use it. That would be awesome, actually. So that one was talking about how actually everything for the Apollo program's on schedule. Certain things like, languages were ahead of schedule because, we've lost a lot of them already, especially when the whole world's being eaten up, so that's unfortunate. But it does mean we're on schedule, so yay!
Yep.
Also, they had holographic like AI interfaces in the forms of
Aristotle and Plato and stuff like that.
It wasn't Plato, it was an S name, but that I already forget. But
was it Socrates?
No, it's not it wasn't one of the bigger, more famous names. But anyway,
what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around, see if anything is left.
And they're like, hey, these are working well with adolescents and younger children as far as interaction and engagement. So
even I, who is the woman we saw talking, find them extremely enjoyable.
Especially when they debate, because apparently they do the whole like Star Wars hologram debate thing.
Right. Oh man. And so yeah, that's so my thought at this point is if we don't find any of the repositories here around this area, that's why she goes into the Forbidden West for the second game. That
could be pretty cool.
And until we find one, that's gonna be my assumption.
That's your holding theory for the time?
Yeah.
Until proven wrong.
Yeah. Because I won't deny, like, with everything that's happening here, I assume by the end of this game, we shut down Hades or get him to work properly again.
Yeah, we either get Hades running again or... So, like, theoretically, the swarm was shut off, but clearly either it or some part of it is back up and functioning.
Right.
Like, does the shutout codes they have still work? Is it something different?
Have they changed it? Yeah.
Please archive this testimonial in Apollo.
Oh, is this his list?
Of my name and Operation Enduring Victory.
Oh, I think it is.
My name is General Aaron Harris.
I'm actually really interested in this.
To 2066, I served as the
I think this. So that means this is Apollo. This here.
Officer of the United States Armed Forces.
Oh, it could be.
The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory. A falsehood.
I'm pretty sure that this is the same one that we heard before.
And other nations.
This is the one he talked about. His list of crimes.
Before the Pharaoh plague,
okay.
I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Well, wasn't quite what I thought it would be, but
right.
It's a nice sentiment.
Oh, I thought that was open.
Is it not?
Nope.
Oh, that's right. If there's an interface on it, it glows in the middle. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I saw the glowing bits around it. I'm like, it's an active door, right?
Oh.
Well, we'll continue exploring this place next time.
There's so much. There's so much.
So many
All
winding
right.
corridors. Like, where is everything?
And I'm like, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything either.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. Go ahead and leave us a like. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell for more Let's Plays. Check out our other channel for gaming lore, link in the description. And thank you so much to our Patreons for your continued support making these series possible. And we will see you in the next episode. In the meantime, this has been True Masters and Morons, signing off.